Well, ahoy everybody. We are back on the farm. It is 2 days after the video that showed all the bad flooding, and I'm right above the area where I shot it before, and it looks like it's back to being a real place instead of a giant lake. Here you go. We were sitting in the same spot, and pretty much that was level water all the way up to that wooden fence line. And now we're going to pull in a little bit more and see what it looks like. Looks like the grass came back. There's the creek crossing. That's about where that log was before. And we actually could get across that, but right now I have the gate closed because all of those cows that were complaining a little while ago in the last video, they're still over on that side. And if I open the gate, then I have to close it again. And instead, I'm going to take us on a trip down through the area that we saw was also a raging river in the last video. So hang on. And it just went down over, I don't know, 18, 24 hours time. Went down just about as fast as it came up. So we'll take a quick spot check on damage. That's easy, that's just a branch on the fence. We've got looks like a whole bunch of fallen trees and such to clean up. A little bit more over here, and then further in, which is where we're going. I'll have a look at that. The sun's apparently really hitting the lens here, so I'll try to get you in a shadier spot. So what we've got to do is actually clean all this stuff off the fence. Saw this log up too. Then straighten and tighten the fence, fix the broken insulators. This is a high tensile steel fence. And I gotta tell you what, it can hold up a lot of pressure. I haven't been down this way since before the flood. So we'll take a nice look around. Looks like there's every fence post here is going to have to get cleared off. Oh, you'll like this. This is my neighbor. I made the mistake of telling him about something that was leaving things like shoes and you name it on the fence here, and that I was trading off. Every now and then I'd bring some corn or a salt block down, and then I would find the salt block would be gone, and within a day or so of that, if it wasn't already there, would be some object found in the creek. So my friend Dennis I think, came down and put one of his wood carvings down here on the fence post. I don't know if he's trying to set up his own trade agreement with whoever the unknown trading party is, or if he's just trying to humor me, but he screwed it down there with a screw gun. It looks pretty cool. He makes these things with a chainsaw. Alright, we're going to move along. Looks like a pile of stuff there I got to pick up. Over here's another big pile. This is already looking like it's going to be a several day affair. Really odd because those are fresh tracks going through there and it wasn't me. Another piece of fence to fix and some more. As you can see from where all the flotsam and jetsam settled, if we were down here 2 days ago, we would have been underwater. I mean, like, probably a couple of feet of water over our heads. This is another carving that my neighbor did. This one is bobcat maybe, or a lynx. And again, that's I guess his joke on me there, because he thought I was playing a joke on him when I talked about trading stuff to the Bigfoot or whatever it is that comes out here. Almost looks like somebody's shirt or something, but I don't know. I'm not smelling any body smell out here yet. There's a nice area of fence that's got to get cleared up and cleaned off and untangled. Trying to joke much about smelling any body smells down here. One of my neighbors just a little bit further, maybe a mile further upstream, when we had that big flood in 2011, someone went missing when they tried to cross a water-covered bridge, or got out of their car to try to walk across and see how deep it was. He wasn't paying attention to anybody telling him get the hell out of there. Well, he got swept into the water and then traveled a few miles until he ended up drowning and eventually getting caught in a tree at my neighbor's house. And we were all out looking on our properties to see if the guy might, you know, be there. And I guess it was one of my neighbors that hit that jackpot. If you look over here, these are fresh tracks, so my guess is that my neighbors come down here already to have a look, and that's kind of good. get out onto the creek bank, maybe in a video tomorrow or Monday, and get an idea if I had a lot of erosion from this flood, and also look to see what might have come up. Now this is something my neighbor's really good at, and that's these bird houses that kind of look like a wood spirit or such, and he is just great, I think. And all he's using is a chainsaw. Me, I got to put a big chisel on stuff to make it come out, but he does really great work, and I really don't know why he isn't trying to sell a lot of that on Etsy or one of these other online shops. I do know that he makes a lot of stuff and then carries it off to the craft fair. It usually sells out in the first day of it, but the guy's got some talent. And he's a real character. If I can ever get him on here, he literally grew up with lions and bears. I don't know if they had any tigers, but his parents had a wild animal menagerie that you could visit their farm and see all these different kind of animals. The bear, I think, lived in the house with him most of the time. So as a little kid, he'd grow up sleeping next to a big fat bear. A lot of stuff on the fence posts. I don't see anything broken down, but you can get an idea how all the grass laid down from all the flooding. And that'll pop back up in a day or so. Probably he'll have his cows in here in another day or two. From the dirt line that you see on the vegetation there, I would say that right in this spot here, we had around 8 or 9 feet of water. Then you want to add another 8 feet till you get to the bank of the creek. About another 5 or 6 from that. So that'd give you 21 feet, and then the depth of the creek at normal there is about 5 feet. So you're looking at probably 26 foot of water running through that creek. Good sized boat down there if it would handle that sort of draft. Also, there's a bit of a smell here. It's not musty either. It's almost minty. Minty, sort of like oregano. A very fresh oregano type smell. So I don't think we have any kind of a Bigfoot or Pennsylvania's version of a skunk ape here. They normally are musty smelling. This actually smells kind of fresh, like I'd chase it down in case it had something good to eat. But this tree here went down on the fence, and it's a lot of tree. So that is going to be almost a one-day job in itself. And probably the fences broke there. Not sure what kind of tree it was, but almost all of the trees and lumber and such like that falls here is all extremely useful. There's a lot of hardwoods, there's a lot of oak, walnut, hickory, and a lot of it gets burned for firewood, but lately I've been trying to pull out and make at least project-sized chunks of some of the woods for wood carving. But anyway, that is about the size of what we have going on here today. There's, of course, a whole lot more farm I need to check, but that half-hour video that I uploaded the other night showing the flood, that actually took over 3 hours to upload it to YouTube, and all I have for putting stuff up on YouTube is a hotspot out here in the farm. We don't have the benefit of cable and you know, that kind of internet access through anything else. So that's one of the things that has me excited about an infrastructure plan that for the rural areas like this is probably going to be similar to when they brought electricity out to the farms back as part of Franklin Roosevelt's plan when they did the REA, Rural Electrification Project. But it would help us all out here if we could connect easier to the World Wide Web and not have to pay so much for it as we do using internet hotspot cards. Anyway, I want to say thank you all for joining me on this little stroll. All I had to do was sit here and try and hold a camera steady. But I will make another video while we're starting to clean up, and then I get back into the Pirates Workshop and start making some of those leather key fobs I've been promising everybody. So thank you all again, and have a really great rest of your Labor Day weekend. So long.